is in this industry for over past 10 years, helping the professionals, and his knowledge of span is across over the globe. So he has completed his degree from India, Malaysia, and Australia. Sir, I'm opening the mic for you. A few words would definitely help us.
I mean, इतनी जल्दी क्यों स्टार्ट किया अभी?
Yes, I am here, sir.
तो अभी we are waiting ना some student के लिए अभी.
We can start, sir. We are already at 175 odd, so people are still joining in though. But we can start with the introduction, your words and all, right? And then we can get into it.
Yes, first ask to Arindam. जब इस बोले yes, then at least 5-10 minutes wait करना पड़ता है मुझे. So hello guys. So I think you already know about me. I'm Dr. Adme. So I'm basically an Indian pharmacist and living and working in Australia last 10 years. So I'm basically a clinical pharmacy lecturer, and I'm helping all healthcare professionals to migrate to Australia or many other countries like Dubai or UK, and US, Canada. We have different courses. It is not just pharmacy. We help like medical doctors, dentists, pharmacists, physiotherapists. So any healthcare practitioner looking to migrate to Australia or any other country in general. So there is some steps you need to complete, like documentation, the first step, or we can say data flow. We call for the Gulf countries, and stress assessment we call for Australia. And second step, you need to pass the exam in your own field. Like for pharmacists, you need to pass KAPS exam for Australia, PEBC for Canada, and PSI for Ireland, and then you need to pass English test. So academically here to help you to complete all these steps from your home country, so you can migrate, you can register yourself, you can practice in these countries. So Shoni is here; she will take care, on this presentation. But then I'm here also, if you have any questions to me. But also we have our Femi, one of our faculties here, so she will, take this forward. But if you have any questions, you can ask for me as well. Okay. So questions we will take at the end. So
we will take up the question. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words. Moving further, these are the achievements we just would like to quote. So academically is sustaining with its 90+ success rate, and we have impacted more than 60,000 plus. We have helped more than 60,000 plus healthcare professionals, and all our faculties, right, for this KAPS program, all are KAPS qualified, and they have gone through the similar journey that you guys are planning to, take up now. And we have a global reach of 50+ countries. Having said that, just to talk a bit about the KAPS examination, it is one of the examination that is conducted by the Australian Pharmacy Council to ensure that those who are willing to work in Australia as registered pharmacist, whether they are well equipped with the knowledge or not. And in a year they conduct the exam 3 times, right? And so this is just a bit about the examination. Now, to about the mentor, we have Femi Maria Francis. She is one of our exceptional faculties who is helping the professionals to in their KAPS preparation part. And she herself is currently working as intern pharmacist in Australia. Ma'am, over to you. Siddharth, I think we can give her the access now, so that we can talk. Femi ma'am, are you there?
Hi Shogini, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we can get started with the class then?
Yeah,
I'll help you out with the presentation. Sure. You can introduce yourself in a few words, and then we can get started.
Hi everyone, my name is Femi. I'm one of the faculties with Academically. and I'll be basically dealing with the pharmacokinetics and the drug metabolism part. And today's masterclass is also about the same topic. And can we go to the content? So in KAPS point of view, we don't have much to study about the pharmacokinetics or the drug metabolism part, but we all have to know about what is exactly happening in the drug metabolism, or what is we have to worry about before a drug coming into the market. Okay, so what is the basics behind the pharmacokinetics, or what is the basic behind a drug formulation? What all parameters we have to consider while we formulate a medication? All these comes under the pharmacokinetics part. Okay, so pharmacokinetics is basically divided into 4 steps, which is absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. So this is basically the what our body does to the drug. So whenever we take a medication orally or whatever the routes, what happens to that medication in our body? What our body does to that drug to produce its action. So once after producing the action, what happens to that drug? Everything comes under this same topic. Okay, so absorption is nothing but once you take a medication, the drug has to reach to your systemic circulation first. So blood is the major carrier of your drug substances or whatever the materials you take by mouth or any route. So the drug has to flow throughout your body, or it has to carry throughout your body to different tissues, different organs, wherever it has to produce its action. Okay, so absorption is the absorption or like the movement of the drug from its site of administration to the systemic circulation. So the first step is absorption, then comes the distribution. So as I said, blood is the major carrier for your drug distribution. Because the blood is in continuous movement in your body, so it can carry the drug substances throughout your body. Okay, so once after distribution is over, the drug can produces the pharmacological responses. So which is we are looking for. Okay, how the drug is producing its intended effect. So if you are taking a medication for your diabetic control, or if you are taking a medication for your BP control, how this medication is producing this effect. So that is the pharmacological response or pharmacodynamics we call. Okay, so pharmacodynamics is the power of the drug, and pharmacokinetics is what the movement of the drug, how the drug move throughout your body from different compartments. Like basically we consider our body as different compartments, so different organs as different compartments. So how the drug concentration changes, or what happens to this drug when it moves from one place to the other place, or one compartment to the other compartment, or one organ to other organ. So that is what we study in the pharmacokinetics. Okay, so pharmacodynamics is basically the drug receptor interaction. So we all know that to produce the pharmacological responses, the drug has to produce its effect through some of the receptors. So in your body, there are plenty of receptors present in your cardiac myocytes, or in your lungs, or in your kidneys. So there are multiple receptors are available. So the drug has to interact with those receptors to produce its pharmacological response. So that is what dealing with the pharmacodynamics. Okay, so once after producing this pharmacological response, we don't want this drug to stay in your body for a long period of time. Okay, it has produced its effect, and now we want this drug to get rid of from our body, right? So if it is staying for a long period of time, it can lead to some toxic effect. So what we are aiming is produce its effect and get rid of from the body. So who is helping in that? Liver. Okay, so the liver is the major powerhouse, or it has plenty of enzymes, so which can help in the metabolism of the drugs. So once after metabolism is done, or the drug is metabolized, then the next step is excretion. Okay, so the drug is getting eliminated from the body. Okay, so can we move to the next slide? So this is just an overview of the pharmacokinetics. So we will be dealing with in detail while you go through the KAPS preparation sessions. So so pharmacokinetics can be divided, or this process ADME basically we call, which can be divided into two steps. So what happens to a drug which entering into your body and what happens to a drug that leaving your body. Okay. So the drug coming into your body. So what happens to a drug that is coming into your body? The first step is absorption. The next step is distribution. So absorption and distribution is the two steps which will happen to a drug which is entering your body. Okay. So absorption, further it depends on which route of administration or also depends upon the drug properties. So okay, all these properties, all these factors can influences the absorption. Okay, and different organs. So depends upon the drug properties, depends on the organ properties, depends upon the route of administration. All these factors can influences the absorption of a drug. Okay, so once the drug is absorbed, which means once it is reached into a bloodstream, what will happen next is distribution. Okay, so the distribution is basically once the drug is in the blood vessels, we call it vascular space. Okay, so blood vessels are called the vascular space. The drug is present in the blood vessels. So now distribution is carrying this blood to different organs or different tissues, different areas where we need that medication, right? So the distribution is, we call, from vascular space to the extravascular space. So vascular space, as I said, it is the blood vessel. So where the drug is present along with the blood, it is already present in the solution, right? So if it is a particulate matter, it cannot get absorbed. The drug has to dissolve in the body fluids first, then it will get absorbed. Okay. So once the drug is absorbed, it will present already in the blood. Now the drug will distribute from the vascular space to the extravascular space. So that is the actual distribution. Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so what happens to a drug leaving your body? So there are mainly two steps. The first one is the metabolism, and the second one is the elimination. So as I said, the metabolism happens in the liver. Okay, so the liver, it contains plenty of enzymes, microsomal enzymes or non-microsomal enzymes. There are plenty of enzymes present. Okay, so these enzymes are very helpful for metabolizing the drug. So there are some particular properties to these drugs for the absorption. So you might have heard about the lipophilic nature or hydrophilic nature of the drugs. So it depends upon its physical properties, the drug absorption happens. Okay, and also for the elimination process, also the drug needs to be in some particular physical condition. Okay, so the metabolism is a process which will make up this drug, or which will make the drug more favorable for the elimination process. So once after producing the pharmacological response, metabolism is the major step where the biotransformation, we call it, the transformation will happen from more lipophilic phase to the hydrophilic phase, so that the elimination can happen more faster. Okay, so the drug has to be eliminated in your urine, so that will happen with the metabolism elimination process. So the elimination is a total process of metabolism plus excretion. So excretion mainly happens with your kidneys, and the metabolism happens in your liver. Okay, so can we move to the next one? So as I said, liver is a metabolic machine, and it has plenty of enzymes which help in this metabolism. Okay, so can we move to the next? Okay, so this is further just a brief intro. Absorption is the movement, the definition itself is the movement of the drug from the site of administration to the systemic circulation. Okay, and the distribution is dispersion of the drug throughout your body. So vascular space to the extravascular space. So distribution is more kind of reversible process, because the blood is not staying in a single space, right? It's always in a continuous movement. It can be moved from your different organs to different, from different organs to different organs, or from different compartments to compartment. So it's not in a single space, or it's not in a same space always, right? So it's more kind of a reversible process. But your metabolism, if you talk about the metabolism, which is called the biotransformation or the xenobiotic metabolism, which is irreversible process. Okay, so it is irreversible. So once the daughter compound is formed or the parent is converted into a daughter compound, there is no going back. Okay, so metabolism is a irreversible process, whereas distribution is a reversible process. So because the blood is in a continuous circulation or continuous motion. Okay, so that is all about the distribution. Can we move to the next slide, please? Okay, so the drug metabolism is more specific term that applies the concept of xenobiotic. Xenobiotic are the do you know what is xenobiotics? Any idea? No idea? Have you heard about this word xenobiotics? Okay, so xenobiotics is nothing but the foreign substances. So whatever the medicines we take are not synthesized in our body, like hormones or some like endogenous substances are there. So or vitamins, which are like most of the substances, hormones like substances are produced by our body. But these chemical substances or the drug substances are not produced in our body, which are the foreign substances. We take it externally, right? So these are called the xenobiotics. Okay, so those are the chemical substances. And in general, the drug metabolism begins with a lipophilic drug or substrate that converts into a more hydrophilic metabolite to facilitate its elimination. Right. So, as we all know, like our skin is made up of the lipophilic barriers. So, phospholipids, we know, fat substances. So to get the drug to get absorbed, the drug should have some lipophilic properties. So what is a lipophilic drug? Lipophilic means what? Any idea what is lipophilic? No? Okay. So so lipophilic means lipid loving. Hydrophilic means water loving. Okay, hydro means water, so water loving. Philic means loving. So if the drug is having more lipid loving nature or fat loving nature, it can get absorbed fast. Okay, if it is having more hydrophilic nature, it will get eliminated fast. Okay, so the drug metabolism is the just conversion of this lipophilic to hydrophilic one. So we know that the tubular fluid or the urine is mostly of water content. So if the drug is of watery in nature, so if it is soluble in water or it goes to the water or it is hydrophilic in nature, it can get eliminated fast. Okay, so that is the principle behind the drug metabolism to convert a lipophilic ones to more hydrophilic ones, or we can also say converting a non-polar one to polar one. Okay, so that is the process which starts with the elimination. Okay, so as long as the drug is lipophilic, it won't get eliminated from the body. Okay, so that's the reason we always try to make the drug like there is a balance called hydrophilic lipophilic balance, right? So if there is a balance between these two nature, the drug will be having good absorption, right? So once after this lipophilic drug get absorbed well, it will get converted into more hydrophilic form by metabolism or by transformation reaction. So it will facilitate or it will promote its elimination from the body. Okay. So metabolism of biotransformation is the irreversible process, right? So as I already mentioned, it is a irreversible process. So once the parent compound get converted into its daughter compound, it cannot be reverted back, or it cannot come back to that initial stage. Okay. So can we move to the next slide? Okay. So next comes the drug elimination. Right, so elimination is a metabolic inactivation plus the excretion of the drug. Okay, so what happens here in the elimination is metabolism plus excretion. So excretion happens with your kidneys and metabolism happens with your liver. So both these organs, both your liver and kidneys are involved in the process of drug elimination. Okay. Can we move to the next? Okay, so the renal elimination, elimination we know happens with the kidneys, right? So what happens in the kidney? So we know that the kidneys are made up of your nephrons, right? So nephron has different parts, and each part is having its own functions. Okay, so the first part is the Bowman's capsule. And what happens in the Bowman's capsule is the filtration. Okay, so the first step in the process of elimination is the glomerular filtration, right? So most of the drugs will get eliminated or filtered by this apparatus, glomerular apparatus, right? So the only problem with this process is the protein binding or the large size of the molecules. Okay, if the drug is having very big molecular size or if they have any protein binding nature, it is having difficulty in this filtration process. Okay, so the first step is glomerular filtration, and here the rate limiting step is the size of the molecule or the protein binding can also influence. The second step is the glomerular secretion. Okay, so the secretion happens with the PCT. So some of the drugs, whichever is not going through the glomerular filtration, will undergo the secretion by the proximal tubule. So once this secretion happens, the next step is the tubular reabsorption. So distal tubular reabsorption is nothing but like most of the things your body will think like water content or your minerals or the vitamins. If your body thinks these substances are beneficial for your body, it will get reabsorbed back. Okay, so only few substances will get eliminated. Maybe the drug substances, which are already ionized ones or converted into the hydrophilic form, will get eliminated. Rest of the substances, whichever is beneficial for your body, will get absorbed back into the bloodstream. Okay, so this mechanism, by changing this urinary pH or the tubular fluid pH change, we can alter the drug elimination process. Okay, so these topics will be covered in your KAPS normal preparation classes in detail. Okay, can we go to the next slide?
Ma'am, before that, we will just enable the mic option for the participants so that they can also take part in your Q&A session.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that you can go ahead and unmute everyone. Okay, sure. Guys, please ensure you are on mute, and as and when we are going ahead with the question and answer series, you can just answer one by one.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think the main purpose of metabolic reaction?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Option A.
C.
Option A. Yes,
Yeah,
ask.
option. Yeah. So metabolism is, as I said, we have to convert a non-polar one or the lipophilic one to a more polar one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
A is
A is the factor.
Can we move to the
Can we
next?
move to the next?
Oh, somebody's microphone. Which of
Folks,
the following
if you know
Sorry?
the answer. No, ma'am, I was just asking them to, participate. So if they are aware about the answer, they can help us with the same.
Yes, see. So the drug should have a hydrophobic nature as well as the water-loving nature. Okay, so there should be a balance between these two properties. So that will be having maximum oral bioavailability. Good job. Do we have more questions? Okay, so in emergency situations, what is the most favorable route of administration? So if you give an antidote in case of drug overdose, what?
Option E.
Yes. Very good.
Option E.
Yeah.
Option E. Intravenous.
Yes, intravenous route. So in drug overdose, we basically go with the intravenous route. That's right. Can we go to the next? So we haven't covered this one, but any guess?
D. D.
Yeah.
Gluconide conjugation.
No. A is the right answer. So phase 2 biotransformation examples are methylation, sulfate conjugation. Please mute your microphone. Thank you. No. Atul is that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
A
you.
option is correct.
Yes,
A option.
option A. So B means
Voice not clear.
Option A, ma'am.
yeah, option A. Acidification. So mute your microphone.
Eco sound. Eco sound is coming.
Esterification.
Yeah, acidification is the right
ma'am.
answer. So all other options are the examples for the phase 2 biotransformation, whereas acidification is not a phase 2 biotransformation. Can we go to the next? Oh, that's it. So that were the few of the topics. We will be covering everything in detail during your exam journey. I just prepared just few of them based on these topics. So that was a brief about your pharmacokinetics and the drug metabolism. We can study in detail during your normal classes. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Hello, madam.
Thank you,
if
madam.
you're
Thank you, ma'am.
having any question, you can raise your hand.
Hello.
Yes, Manoj, you can ask your question.
Hello.
Manoj, you can ask your question, or else I'll start taking up the name.
Can you hear my sound?
Yeah, we can hear you.
But I have no questions. But due to my lastly joined for this time, so this time I will give the video tape. Then I will contact to what questions. I will be called back and then will provide the questions after getting the video tips. That's why I am sorry to say I am not just now right now during the class.
That's okay, Manoj. You can review the recording as well on our channels. That's okay. Thank you so much for joining. Saklani, if you're having any question, you can let us know.
Hello.
Saida, if you have any question, you can ask.
Hello, ma'am. I can ask
Yeah, please go ahead.
how the process of metabolism in liver takes place. Can I get the answer?
Femi ma'am, could you please help us?
How the process of metabolism in liver takes place.
Metabolism process.
In liver takes place. In what manner the process takes place.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question. Please. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
Sammy.
Ma'am, I have
Yes,
Yes.